And here we go. Good morning. We are back. It is a Monday morning. Oh boy, it is the 13th of May. Thank you for being with us. This is WGTV Today, and I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good Monday morning. Hope this is a good week for you.
Wow. What a great weekend.
It was nice.
Fantastic. And here we go. We're going to start a brand new week off. We've got birthdays. We've got people on the program today. We have a trivia question for you. All kinds of goodies.
Yes, we do. Let's talk about who's on the show today,
Who's
Wayne.
on the show today, Wayne?
Today we have County Commissioner Chairman Steve King.
Oh boy.
Giving some updates. We have the law enforcement ceremony that was recent. And we have the Chamber of Commerce is on. I believe we had Dr. Ed Wilson and Beverly Carroll who were talking about the new leadership at the Chamber of Commerce.
New leadership? Who is that?
You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, okay.
Have to wait and see.
Okay.
The three good segments today.
Yep, that's fantastic.
That's
All
right. What have you got?
Well, coming up, the American Cancer Society Epidemiology Research Program inviting men and women across the U.S. and here in Wayne County between the ages of 30 and 65 who have never personally been diagnosed with cancer to join a historic study. Now, this is going to be taken, it's called CPS 3.
Okay.
Cancer Prevention Study 3, helping create a world with less cancer and more birthdays, it says here. CPS 3 is a grassroots effort where local communities from across the country can support cancer research, and not just through fundraising efforts, but also by participating actively in this historic research study. It's going to be held May 17th. That's this week.
Yeah, it is this week.
May 17th at First Pentecostal Holiness Church in Goldsboro.
I believe that's Thursday.
That is Thursday, and that's just off Wayne Memorial Drive.
What time of day is that?
It starts at 2 p.m. It goes until 6:30. Between the ages of 30 and 65. So if you are in that age group, you might want to know more information about it, just go on out there. 2 until 6:30 in the evening at First Pentecostal Holiness Church. Okay.
Interesting.
Be part of a study to help out in cancer research.
That's very interesting.
Very interesting.
And I'm sure if you call the church, they can give you more details as well.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Good.
Well, Wayne, there is a class being offered at the Arts Council of Wayne County.
Oh.
It's called Classes with Glasses, Southern Sipping.
Oh. Well, I do declare. I do.
It is, let's see, Thursday, May the 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at the Arts Council of Wayne County.
Okay.
It says, capture the spirit of Southern summertime by creating a still life painting of glasses of refreshing sweet tea and luscious lemons. Bring some friends and a bottle of wine and enjoy while the kids kick back and create. It's Thursday, May the 23rd, like we said, 6:30 to 8:30. The cost is $35 and all the supplies are included in this price. So you get to paint at the Arts Council of Wayne County Thursday, May the 23rd from 6:30 to 8:30. Southern Sipping.
There you go. So if you want to paint the Arts Council.
I don't believe you're painting the Arts Council, but you're painting inside the Arts Council.
Yeah, sipping and what?
Southern Sipping.
Oh, Southern sipping, y'all.
That's
Okay.
right. Southern Sipping.
I can't seem to shake this allergy thing I have. You notice that?
I know you.
Last Friday, I was having a little trouble speaking, but you know, a lot of people are having issues with this right
I mean,
now.
I'm telling you, springtime is the time of year that allergy season in this part of the community and part of the state is pretty strong.
Yep. Yeah. So
Pretty strong.
I feel your pain if you're going through this.
Exactly.
Anyway, birthdays today. Let's see who we have. We got a guy named Robert Pattinson. He is the guy who played the romantic vampire.
On
Vampires. Oh, Twilight.
Twilight.
Yeah, Robert, he's 26.
He's so old.
Just a kid. Anyway, if he was a real vampire, he'd be 526.
True. That is true.
Stevie Wonder.
Is it his birthday?
It is. He's 62 today. Can you believe that? The really weird Dennis Rodman having a birthday. He's 51 today. Stephen Colbert, also known as Colbert, is 48. Darius Rucker, who was the lead singer for Hootie and the Blowfish,
That's right.
is
Now
46.
He's a solo artist.
Yeah. Yeah, 46 today. Also, Mary Wells having a birthday. Of course, she passed away. But she was one of the singers on for the Supremes.
She would have had a birthday.
She would have had a birthday. She was one of the Supremes. And Buck Taylor, who played Newly on Gunsmoke, having a birthday. He's 74 today.
Well, happy birthday if it is your special day.
There you go.
Make a memory today.
There you go. Okay.
I want to tell you about a festival that's coming up that's free to the public, and it's for young children. It is Saturday, June the 1st.
Okay.
It's called Born Learning Young Children's Festival.
Wow.
It's Saturday, June 1st from 10 to 2 at Herman Park. I mean, they're going to have tons of special entertainment, free food, free activities all day long. And this is just for families of young children. Bring your young child out today from birth to age 5, and I think they'll let older children come as well.
I was going to say, if you have an old child.
An old child, you can bring them.
Can you?
You can bring them,
That
but it's
would be
mainly
nice.
focused. They'll have activities
young children.
that are for young children, birth to age 5.
Right.
I mean, they're having free train rides on the Kiwanis train.
Whoa.
They're having storytelling. They have costume characters from Wgtv that'll
Whoa.
be there.
Really?
Over 50 agencies here in the community that already provide services and resources for young children and families of young children will be there. And each one of those will be sharing information, but they'll also have fun activities just for young children taking place that day. The Scrap Exchange, which is a recyclable truck that brings scraps of paper and all kinds of things, they'll bring it and you make creative art out of scraps.
Oh.
It's a great opportunity. I was a part of that last year, and they really do a good job. They're
That does
out of
sound
Raleigh.
Sound like a lot of fun.
So there's many things happening that day, June 1st, Herman Park. Save the date and be a part of that. It's free. Can't beat it.
Okay. The Mental Health Association of Wayne County.
What are they doing?
Well, according to Jim Slowinski, they're going to put this program together again. You know, they've been kind of inactive now for a while.
Right.
But that's not what this is about.
It's not?
No, this is East Point. East Point offers a workshop on coping with mental illness. This will be May 29th at the Wayne County Public Library. Starts at 5:30, goes till 6:30, and is presented by Dr. Frederick J. Fries, an internationally known psychologist with experience working with persons with serious mental illnesses. May 29th at the Wayne County Public Library. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Well, if you have not submitted your creative motto,
Your what?
Creative motto for the city of Goldsboro, we're looking at a new motto, and it's a phrase that pays, Wayne.
Oh, wow. Oh, let me write that one down.
Write it down. It's
The
a phrase that pays. That's
Oh, yeah.
right. If you are the winner of this contest, it's called What's in a Name? We're looking at a new name. Not the City of Goldsboro name, but it'll say the City of Goldsboro, something, something, something.
Do it again.
The City of Goldsboro, something, something, something. It's a phrase that pays. If you're the winner, you'll win all kinds of prizes. You can find details about this and more on the city's website at goldsboronc.gov. Or if you walk inside City Hall, we'll have applications right there where you can submit as many as you'd like, mottos, and we'll see who wins the phrase that pays.
I used to drive a motomobile.
A motto-mobile.
What was that automobile? I get confused. Okay, coming up, a workshop on a lot of other stuff.
That's already happened, I guess. That one's already happened.
That was over the weekend. Okay,
Well, how about
hope you
that?
enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, what are we going to first?
We are going to all of our interviews, and they are, don't forget, Steve Keene, County Commissioner Chairman, law enforcement ceremony that happened recently, Chamber of Commerce talking about the new leadership transition. New president is happening at the Chamber, so stay tuned.
Our guest in the studio this morning, we're honored to have our Wayne County Commission Chairman, Mr. Steve Keene. Steve, how are you?
Wayne, good morning. Good to see you this morning. I'm doing well.
Good. Always
looking
great to see you. Nice tie.
Yeah, I borrowed that from a good friend of mine. Wayne now.
All right. Want to get right to it. Gee whiz, we had a meeting this past week, a commissioner meeting in commission chambers this week, and it was a long meeting, but there was a lot accomplished, particularly in the area of the budget. Now, did we learn anything? Were there any surprises? And what do you feel? How do you feel about what was discussed during the hearings, the meetings?
Well, the budget, of course, is our main emphasis, looking at it, and today and through the next 30, 35, 40 days, we'll be voting on that budget here come first week in June. And looking at the line items and making sure that the commissioners all understand, all commissioners, that each line item, each department, where those funds are. Is there any fluff on the line items? Are we taking and shifting those? In the past, has it been shifted? Are they building in? Are they inflating those departments? And we just want to make sure that we understand it going forward. As you've heard me say before, it's a fire hose. We came in the middle of the budget year. You've got a new board. They've got to be brought up to date as quick as they can, so they're understanding everything about the budget. So having to explain it the way we're doing it, it is long. It's taken a lot of time. But I think at the end of the next 30, 45 days, everyone will know where all the funds are going, how they're going to be spent. So July 1, we come out of the gate and we know where all the funds are.
From the very beginning, you and the board have stressed the importance of being transparent.
Okay.
And the budget, the meetings of what came forth at the last commissioners meeting, there were a lot of questions asked, and some of them were tough questions.
Sure. Yep.
The department heads seemed to. Were you pleased with what was said? Although there may be some need for change. Were you pleased? Was the board pleased with what was said by the department heads?
Oh yes, I think the department heads are feeling. They're seeing. I think they're excited to see that the commissioners are coming to them and say, hey, let us know what you're doing. And we said before, we want to know not just what you do, but who you are. We want to know the basics, but we want to get in and know exactly what you need. It's the difference between what you need and what you want. We all in our homes want a lot of things, but what do you actually need? And it's not our money, the commissioner's money. It's the citizens' money. And being good stewards, we want the department heads to understand that, you know, we're not the big monster. We're there to help them, and it's not. We care. It's not all about the commissioners. It's not all about the county manager. It's about the departments. It's about their programs. It's been implemented by policy, or by state statutes, or federal, and we're there to help. And we're excited to know about each department, and we're sensitive to their needs, but we know where the monies can come from, and trying to keep those expenses down, stop spending as much, and just make sure we're all on the same page come July 1st.
Yeah, I know that a lot of the community is not aware of the mandates from federal and state that are required
Yes.
for the county to handle.
Yes.
It makes it difficult, doesn't it?
It does. You have to keep up with what the state is doing. As I mentioned before, Marcia sends us a daily report of what's happening on the General Assembly side, in the Senate, in the House, what bills are being introduced, sequestration, how those funds are being cut on the federal side. We're having a meeting this afternoon with Congressman Holding. We had a meeting with Congressman Butterfield last week, with LaHood, Secretary of Transportation for the United States, Transportation Secretary, and knowing where those funds on the federal end coming down, and having, for example, 795, 40 connector, those funds for transportation, knowing how they come through the state. Now we're looking at a state, how they're funded, roads are funded through the state, what they're doing in the county, what you can have in your county, what you have to pay for if you get the transportation needs, and how it's all funded. You've got to follow the dollar, and when you know that it's being mandated through health services, through transportation, you just have to know that, especially in healthcare, Department of Social Service, the health department. There are indicators that say, yes, you've got to do it this way. And you say, well, to do a better job, then we may have to have more employees. Well, those funds aren't there. So you've got to go to the county taxpayer and say, if you want to fund this and still get the job done, you may have to increase your funding for 2 more employees or 3 more employees. Sure, it's job creation, but it's mandated by the state that you have these indicators you have to follow, and you have to make the grade. And in order to get the grade, your productivity is important.
Yeah. Now the mandates from the state and federal mandates, it doesn't leave us a lot of wiggle room, does it?
No. You've really got to look at what you need to have for safety and for programs. And then what we are finding is we have a number of nonprofits. And when you have nonprofit groups, you want to say, we want to be a part, we want to partner with you, but it's very difficult to say, well, we've got to pay here. We've got these facilities to keep up here. We've got education to look at here. We've got colleges to look at here. Now we got nonprofits, and they're wanting. And then, of course, good stewards, of course, as we are, we feel like as commissioners, we want to know the fund balances. We want to know what kind of monies are over here in your pot and how much this means to you, and do you use fund balance, or do you use these taxpayer dollars, or do you use state grants, federal grants, how it all works out. And of course, when I washed cars for a living 5 years ago, I had no idea all this was going on. I was clueless.
Surprise.
Big surprise. Big surprise. Wow. Be careful what you ask for, you might get it.
Exactly, exactly. Well, and speaking of surprises, were there any surprises in the reports from the department heads that come to mind?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's Pam Holt gave us a really good overview of what the Board of Education has in as sales tax receipts that are going into a fund balance, and close to $10 million. And I thought in my mind was 2.5 million, and that number each year, the last 5 years I've been a commissioner, that sort of has been in there. It's about 18.5 million, and then you have about 2.5 million, and we just going along. And then here about 2 weeks ago and found out that, well, there's a fund balance here. It's restricted, and you know, they have it, but they can walk in today and say, we need a check for $9.3 million, and we'd have to stroke a check for $9.3 million because it's their money.
Well, yeah.
And that was probably the biggest surprise this week in going through. We heard 37 different departments, and Lee is doing a great job with his staff, and Commissioner Daugherty and I just sat in on these budget meetings. They're not meetings, they're him and his staff, and we as chairman, and I asked Mr. Daugherty to sit in, and we just sat there through all of these little group, his staff, and we just learned a lot.
That's a lot. The thing about the 10 million in school funds there, that is surprising. I can imagine 4 times what you thought it might be. But
it's their money.
Yeah, but we don't want to encourage them to run in and ask for a check.
No, I mean, it's their money. They do what they want to with it. I'm not. But when you look at funding and you look at where the monies are, it's all about the dollar. It's not our money. It's the citizens' money. And when you look at how hard it is, especially those on fixed incomes, especially those that are over 62, 65, and when you look at the needs, and you ride around the county, and we're a rural county, and you get out, and even in the city, and I've talked to Commissioner Bell about, Goldsboro, and you look at those pockets in areas that you know that they would love to see more funding in some of the areas, and you go into the needs of the people, and there are a lot of needs. There's a lot of uncertainty in older people, the elders, that are wondering, how is this sequestration? How is the health care going to be? How am I going to pay these bills? How much can I charge the farmer that I'm leasing my property to? How much can I get per acre? And the farmer's saying, the expense is climbing, the fertilizer and all this is more expensive to farm. So, and then the taxes on top of that, I've got to pay the taxes on the property that I'm leasing out. The children have gone, they're not in Wayne County. And when you start looking at the big picture, get that 30,000 foot snapshot, you look at the big picture. And like I said, when I was washing cars, I had no idea all this was going on.
You mentioned the sequestration, that and the Medicare, not Medicare, but the what they're calling Obamacare. We're still learning new things about these?
We're going to be learning a lot from this over the next 12 to 18 months, especially your employers.
Yeah. What do you say to Wayne County citizens about every time they hear a news story, there's something new coming out about Obamacare or about the sequestration that's actually going to hit them hard in their pocketbooks?
Well, again,
any ideas?
Employers, you have to tell them to stay on top of not just so much news, but do their study. If they can get on the internet, pull up in different segments, different days of how they're going about it on the national level, in the Senate, in the House. They're still back and forth, not understanding the full picture. And we, to be honest with you, we really don't understand the big picture. It's going to be expensive. It looks like it may be mandatory. Of course, our state, Governor McCroy has taken a different approach and not accepting some of these suggestions that are coming from the federal government and sort of stepping back and watching. I'm not sure they really understand it completely on the national level. And I think it's very important that we go slow and we measure twice before we cut.
Before we cut, right.
Use the old carpenter's rule, and I think that's what this commission is doing. I know it is that we're being very careful. We're trying to encourage people and ask them not to get distracted. But when those bills come, they come. Every month, or they have to pay those doctor bills, and it's expensive. I know EMS, our Office of Emergency Services, OES, for 911 and WayNet, the supplies are more expensive. Medical supplies are increasing. They've asked for an increase because of that increase. So there's a lot of uncertainty still. But I will say that Wayne County has weathered the storm. We have a good fund balance. We just don't sit on that fund balance, as we are seeing now, taking a big picture of the facilities. Everything that is owned by the county, by your tax dollars, you own all of this that we're looking at, and how to proceed. But it's challenging, but it's good that you can have a group of commissioners that can help the county manager, and you can all be on the same page and move forward for the people.
All right.
For the people of the county. But man, I really appreciate y'all doing this. This is good that we have the opportunity to share and get this out to the people like this. This is part of the transparency, as that you were speaking of a while ago, and our Channel 10 and the ability to get the news out about anything. And I just commend you for you and Barbara and your staff to have those people here in the community to sit in front of a TV and get our story out. You're doing a good job.
I appreciate that, Steve. But I have one more question for you now. For years, we've had the meetings, the commissioners' meetings at 9 o'clock every first and third Tuesday. This past meeting was in the evening hours. Now, how do you feel that went? And will we continue with that?
Well, we're only going to do it for 3 months.
Okay.
And I think that was the going in, is that we made the motion that we do it for 3 months, a trial basis. We would do one at the night, one in the morning. Every morning it's from 7:30 till about 12. 12:30 we break and go to lunch, and that's about it for the day, unless we have a work session or a closed session. We've had some long work sessions because of the budget. Now, we did not have a work session this past, because it was our first night meeting, and I wanted to make sure that when we set the agenda that we didn't have a lot of resolutions, a lot of proclamations, and we got down right to business. But we did have a closed session, and the closed session did go over about 35 minutes more than I thought we would. But we went from like it's normally 4.5 hours in the mornings. Well, we went to about 5.5, almost 6 hours. But I didn't feel so bad when I found out that there has been county commission meetings in the past that have lasted until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I did not know that, and somebody was saying, "Well, do you remember there was a day when we met here until 2 and 3 in the morning?" And I said, "You got to be kidding!"
Really?
Hell yes. And
wow.
I'm saying, well, and we won't do that, but we certainly.
I'm glad to hear that.
But this is what the people wanted.
Yeah.
This is what the commissioners have heard, is that give us an opportunity to come, and even at 6 o'clock, we did not want the public hearings, the public speaking, the comment section to be at 6. We want it to be at 5. But to stretch it to 6, it gives the opportunity for those people getting off work at 5. They can get here at 6. So we're trying to do what we can. And I was happy with the meeting.
Okay.
But here again, 40 minutes of that was budgets, and that will be over with by July 1st. We'll have all that behind us. We won't go into the detail, line item by line item like we're doing.
So the next 2 meetings at night, you're not anticipating, unless something comes up, you're not anticipating as long a meeting coming up in the next 2 months.
I can't say that, because those next 2 meetings it's going to be right in the middle of the budget. We're going to be voting on that budget probably the 2nd, 3rd week in June.
Yeah.
So July 1st it starts. Now the House and the Senate, I think they'll be finished by June 1. And then we will get a good handle on those mandated House and Senate bills that we were going to have to do, that our health departments and what the jails and all that will have to do. So we'll see how that goes. But I think on the next 2 meetings, just got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
It's not about the time, it's how you use the time. It's like a shovel, you can work it hard, but if you sharpen it, you don't have to work it as hard. So we're sharpening our skills, we're asking the right questions, we're getting some great answers, and we're finding out together what we're all made up of, the county.
All right.
And how to spend those monies. It's about the dollar, Wayne. It's all about, it's not my money. It's the county's money.
All right. Well, Steve,
we
are out of time, my friend. Unfortunately.
I enjoyed this.
But I want you to know that I appreciate you coming in and speaking with us. And again, we'll remind everyone that county commissioner meetings are open to the public. The briefing and then the meeting itself is open to the public. So you're invited to attend. We will invite everyone to attend. And I thank you very much, County Commission Chairman Steve Keene, our guest today, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Present up!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I love that song. I don't get tired of hearing it.
what that flag means here in the United States and what it means to the people around the world. Why are we here? On October 1st, 1962, President John F. Kennedy proclaimed May 15th of each year as Peace Officers Memorial Day to honor federal, state, local officers killed or disabled in the line of duty. In addition, the United States Senate has passed a resolution acknowledging the service and sacrifice of America's law enforcement officers. The purpose of this resolution is to commemorate and acknowledge the dedication and sacrifice made by the men and women who have lost their very lives while serving as law enforcement officers. It further states 72 peace officers lost their lives at the World Trade Center in New York City on September 11, 2001. This is the most peace officers ever killed in a single incident in our nation's history. The resolution states that in 2001, 220 peace officers were killed while performing their official duties. This was a 57% more police fatalities than in the previous year, and the deadliest year since 1974. In 2012, 127 law enforcement officers were killed. This is a 23% decrease from 2011, where 165 officers were killed in the line of duty. The average age of the fallen officers in 2012 was the age of 41. They had at least 12 years of service and experience. On average, each one of these officers left two children behind. 49 officers were killed by gunfire, with ambush being the leading circumstance of these fatal shootings. This is a 32% decrease from 2011, where 72 officers were killed by gunfire. Officers were killed in traffic-related incidents, once again the leading cause of law enforcement officers' fatalities. 30 died in auto crashes. 14 were struck and killed by vehicles. 6 died in motor vehicle crashes. In addition to firearms and traffic-related deaths, 28 officers died due to other causes. 14 died for physical illnesses, heart attacks, or injuries they sustained years prior. They were killed in aircraft accidents, beatings, electrocutions, falls, stabbings, and boating accidents. Of the 127 officers that were killed in the United States in 2012, 7 of those officers served the state of North Carolina. Today we gather to remember and show respect for the 4 Goldsboro officers who made the ultimate sacrifice for the safety and well-being of others. The officers who gave their lives in the line of duty are Herbert C. Wiegand, died March 9, 1940, police officer, 45 years old. Officer Wiegand was the first officer of the Goldsboro Police Department to die on the line of duty. He was shot to death during a domestic violence investigation. At the time, Officer Wiegand left a wife and 7 children. Malin Parks died September 19, 1960. Police officer, 36 years old. C. Frank Fairclough also died September 19, 1960. He was a lieutenant, 53 years old. Officer Parks and Lieutenant Fairclough were killed in a vehicle pursuit chasing suspected bootleggers. Officer Parks at the time left a wife and 3 young children. Lieutenant Fairclough left a wife and 6 young children. Walter J. Rouse died February 27, 1968. Police officer, 26 years old. Officer Rouse was shot to death during a traffic accident following an armed robbery. Officer Rouse left a wife and 1 child. Those of us who wear the badge realize we are living in dangerous times. We understand the risk. This understanding lends even more meaning to this ceremony. May we always honor and never forget our fallen officers. In closing, I would like to recite something the Commander-in-Chief of the United States said. As President Obama noted shortly after the Boston Marathon bombings and the explosion in Texas, we owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to all of our outstanding law enforcement professionals. These men and women get up every day. They put on that uniform. They risk their very lives to keep us safe. And as this week showed, they don't always know what to expect. I want to thank all the law enforcement officers who serve all our communities. And I really personally want to thank all of Wayne County's law enforcement officers and our heroes at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base for what they do. Thank you very much for coming.
Good morning. First off, I want to begin with saying thank you for everybody that came out this morning to celebrate the lives that all these fallen heroes lived. Not necessarily their passing, but the way they lived their life. I want to personally thank all the local law enforcement for the sacrifices they made and continue to make in their career, in both their personal lives and in their professional lives. I'm here representing the town of Fremont Police Department and remembering but never forgetting the fallen officer from Fremont. In 1965, Chief Walter Braswell was attempting to place a suspect into what was then known as the Fremont Jail. While attempting to place this suspect in the Fremont Jail, a struggle ensued between Chief Braswell and the suspect, in which the chief was disarmed, which ultimately led to his fatality. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out and celebrating, and also to let everybody know that we appreciate everything that you do. Our hearts go out to the family, friends, and loved ones of Chief Braswell for the ultimate sacrifice that he made to the citizens of the community and the citizens of Wayne County. Thank you.
Good morning. Today I'm here to honor and remember the law enforcement officers in Wayne County who have made the ultimate sacrifice. We're here also to show our respect to the families these law enforcement officers left behind. The wall behind me bears the inscribed names of the fallen officers in Wayne County. We can only pray that we never have to add another name on it. But we all know in our line of work that we perform, the odds are not in our favor. During the past few years, we've all seen the increase of officers killed in the line of duty. We try not to dwell on the possibility that it could be one of us. We hear news about our fellow officers killed in the line of duty in other states, and sometimes it's near us. For many of us, when the death of a fellow officer happens nearby, it has more effect on our families and us. It's caused us to stop and think more about the job we do, and not to take things for granted. It makes us pray out more often, and when we come home, we hug our families a little tighter when we walk through that door. I'm here to honor some fellow law enforcement officers. I'll begin by first in Pikeville. Now, Malov would be Trooper Michael Moore. In 1988, was killed in line of duty in a car crash by pursuing a vehicle, motorcycle. Next trooper was Trooper I.T. Moore in 1937. Trying to make an arrest for a robbery on Highway 70. He was shot and killed in the line of duty. Those also, the Pikeville Police Department, Constable Zeb Lancaster, 1900, was trying to execute a warrant on a subject and was killed in the line of duty. The first officer in the Wayne County Sheriff's Office was Sheriff John Corpender. In 1816, he was ambushed and assassinated while in the process of serving a warrant. The sheriff's teenage son tracked down the killer in Florida, Everglades, and brought the prisoner back to face justice. The second officer was my friend, Jerry K. Best, who was killed in the line of duty November 13th, 2002. Jerry and I had just finished the election. We had a lot of plans. He was struck by a vehicle removing a deer carcass from the highway. You know, when an officer's killed in the line of duty, it reminds us how dangerous the job is, and especially when placed in a dangerous situation. But it does not have to be a dangerous situation. It can be performing a simple task, which can turn into a tragic event. We never know when to expect to be placed in harm's way, so we must always keep alert, keep our guard up, but even sometimes that's not enough. We must always remember there are dangers in any circumstances. As we perform our duties, it is important to remind ourselves to always be alert, be safe, and never forget that someone needs you at home. Thank you, and God bless you.
Good morning and welcome back to the show. Joining me today are two of our Chamber of Commerce distinguished guests. We have Dr. Ed Wilson and we also have Miss Beverly Carroll. Thank you guys for joining us today. We are excited to hear the news of what's happening over at the Chamber of Commerce. I know you two guys are relieved and excited to have a new Chamber President.
Yes, we are. We're very excited.
I'm sure you are. Would you like to announce who it is? Most people probably already know. But
Well, it's Miss Kate Daniels. She's coming to us on Monday, and we're so excited. She's a local lady, and her family's here, and her in-laws are here, so we're very excited to have her.
I'm sure you are. She's very involved in the community,
Yes.
knows the community quite well, and she will do a fabulous job. We're expecting great things from Kate. No pressure, Kate.
Right. No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. But she's a wonderful young lady. She has that enthusiasm, and she has the youth that Mrs. Carroll and I don't have. And so we're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to getting up and not having to go to work.
Exactly.
But,
just deciding you can go to the chamber when you so choose, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll be going down there often enough anyway.
I feel quite sure you both will.
Look for me in my garden.
There you go. That'll be nice. Well, with the change of leadership happening very soon,
Right.
tell me some of the events that Miss Kate and all the rest of us will be seeing happening through the chamber.
Well, the next business after hours is May the 16th. Of course, it's on Thursday, as it always is. It's going to be, for the first time that we've had it, it's going to be at Oak Brook Apartments. And it's going to be a pig picking. They're doing a full
nice.
pig, all the trimmings, even dessert. It's going to be by the pool. You don't want to miss it.
Oh, you don't want to miss that one.
I
That
think
sounds
that's
like a
gonna be
mighty good
wonderful.
idea.
Yeah.
You may have a very large attendance at that.
I know.
I think so too.
It's going to be one for the books.
That's right.
Do you all know the address of where Oak Brook Apartments are? Did either one of you have that handy?
Well,
It's 700 North
Spence.
There you go. You both found it immediately.
And parking is in, is it Green Tree?
Right.
Green Tree next door, and you
Okay.
have to walk over because obviously they don't have enough parking for a large
Right,
crowd. So
right.
we're looking forward to a large crowd.
So
for
that's
that.
May 16th.
May
Right.
16th.
Thursday, what time?
5:30 to 7. It's our
5:30
standard
to 7.
time.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, what else is happening right after that?
Well, in week of May the 20th through the 24th is Small Business Week, and we want to highlight the contributions of small business to our community. As everybody knows, more jobs are in small business than they are in any other portion of our economy. So we want to appreciate them, make sure we're going to get some resolutions approved by government. We're going to have some seminars during the week.
You've got some great topics.
Well, I think we have great topics.
Yes,
Let me
you
just
do.
look to make sure I say them correctly.
Exactly.
Leveraging the internet for business success. Jeremy Caton from Wayne County Development
Yes.
Alliance. Jeremy does a wonderful job with that. Then we're going to have avoiding 6 mistakes that can kill your business. Then we have another one on employment law updates.
And they're ever changing.
They're ever, oh, absolutely. Yeah, Kathy Graham from Strickland Insurance is going to do that for us. So we have those. We also will have our, I can't even say this word, Smoozapalooza.
Yeah, Wayne loves to say that.
I know, I know,
Wayne Alley
Wayne does.
says it just about every day. He loves it.
But anyway, that Business Expo, that'll be on Tuesday night, and so that's between 5 and 8. So any businesses that want to have a table there, we'd love to have them. We've already got a number of them scheduled, so that should be a nice
So that's a
event.
business expo.
Yes.
Correct.
And where will that be located?
At the mall.
At the mall.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Tell us the date on that one more time.
That one is Tuesday, May the 21st.
Okay, so is there a deadline as to when businesses need to register?
Yes, we need to have them registered by the end of next week, which would be, gosh, I'm thinking 17th. 17th, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 17th.
Right.
Yeah.
So by the 17th is the registration
Right,
date.
yes.
Need to have if you want to be a part of the Schmoozapalooza.
Right.
If I said that right.
You did. I think you did very well.
Pretty
with
close anyway, huh?
it. Well, this is, we have activities in the morning and at lunchtime and in the evening for business folks. If they can't come in the morning, maybe they can come at lunchtime, or maybe they can come in the evening. We try to make it flexible.
So it's sort of
for
a
them.
floating time.
Yeah.
You can come in and
Right.
out and see what businesses and opportunities are
Right.
offered here in our community.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be great. Now, I need to give kudos to Wayne Community College and their small business center, because we're doing this as a joint project.
Yes.
And they have some activities that they're promoting as well. So
Okay.
I think we're going to have a really good week for highlighting the small business part of our community.
Yeah, we have two other things that week. On Friday, he was going through the different seminars that we've got. We've got savvy storytelling through media, and that's a very popular topic right
Yes.
now. But on the 22nd, Wednesday, from 12 until 1 at Lane Tree, we've got the Small Business of the Year Award
Awards.
Luncheon.
Yes, we've been talking about that on the show. That is exciting because businesses were nominated
Right.
for this particular award, and that day they'll be presented at Lane Tree in
Correct.
front of local guests.
Right.
And it is a great honor.
Yeah,
It is a wonderful.
It's based on the amount of employees.
Right.
And so there are different categories to that. I was trying to see if I saw something in front of me on that, but I
I
don't.
think, if I remember correctly, it's like 1 to 5.
Yeah,
and then the list goes on and on.
up, yeah. So,
Right.
and we also need those applications back in certainly by the 17th.
Okay.
So we can.
So there's still time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They can still apply.
Okay, so if you know of a business out there.
Yeah, nominate a business because of their, it's just a way of recognition.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, there's some nice perks that go along with it, and as well as some good publicity.
Well, what are some of the criteria? What are you looking for when you're saying nominate a small business, but a small business that does what?
Well, how they contribute to the community. We have the Company of the Year, Business of the Year through the Wayne County Development Alliance.
Right.
And we're looking at their employment. We're looking at their contributions again to the community and how they interact with folks in our community. So it's a overall
Impact of the
impact
community.
impact
Okay.
in the community. Absolutely.
All right, so you heard it here. If you know of a business here in our community that you think would be eligible for a small business award, go ahead and nominate. You can go to the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce's website and get that information, and I'm sure the form is online.
Absolutely. You can nominate somebody on that form and send it online. Absolutely.
So May 17th is the date for that, and then the award ceremony, tell them one more time when that is.
The award ceremony is the 22nd of May. and
At
it's for-
Lane Tree.
At Lane Tree.
At noon.
Right.
At noon. Well, we want to see you there.
Okay.
That sounds fantastic. Anything else?
I think that's it right
That's
now.
Well, you are busy people. The Chamber has made such a difference in our community, and it's such an asset for the businesses and the people of Wayne County and Goldsboro, and we appreciate what you all continue to do.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Absolutely, and that's Wayne Goldsboro Television.
All right, we are back on WGTV today. That's Wayne Goldsboro Television, and oh boy, new leadership at the Chamber of Commerce of Wayne County.
That's right. Congratulations to Kate Daniels. Ooh. We are looking forward to her being the new president of Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. That's right. Good to have a local girl.
Oh, she local?
Local girl.
I knew that.
Congratulations, Kate. But yeah, that was pretty neat. We had Dr. Ed Wilson and Beverly Carroll, who are, of course, executive board members at the Chamber of Commerce, and they stepped up, and they were, one was the president, and one was interim director at the Chamber during that time of transition. And
while they were in those positions, they did a wonderful job for the Chamber, kind of holding everything together, making sure everything was running as the way it should run.
That's right. And they have come on here many times and given us updates and trying to make sure the community knows what's happening at the Chamber.
That's right.
And boy, do they have a lot of activities that are always happening.
Always happening. And now, guess who gets to do all that now?
Kate Daniels.
There you go.
But we're expecting her to do great things and bring new life to the Chamber.
I failed to ask a trivia question during the first segment.
Let's hear it. We're ready, Wayne.
Here's today's trivia question. There's only one country in the world, only one, in the entire world, and there's 200 plus countries.
That's right.
But there's only one country whose flag is one solid color.
Never thought about that before.
It's
whose
Libya.
Flag is one solid. It's Libya. What color is it?
That's the question.
Oh.
What color is it?
I do not know.
I know.
Listen, let me take a guess. Green? Is that right? I got it right. Yes, because I got one really wrong the other day. Really wrong. I mean, I was
you
way
made
off.
up for it. Here's a trivia question for today. That was just for practice.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you've got to give them the answer and the question all in one anyway.
Oh, okay. Libya's flag is a solid green.
I just thought of Libya and thought, what color would they be? Green seemed to fit.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. You just imagine. And this time I happen to imagine right.
Well, then what color would you think of Luxembourg?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about Luxembourg, but I'll think for a moment if I need to.
Okay. No, that's okay.
Okay.
Don't want you to hurt yourself.
I wouldn't want to do that. Oh, but that was funny. You're so good.
Oh, thank you. Most people have heard of Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, I think most of us have.
One of their most famous routines was Who's on First.
Okay.
And all of the positions on the ball team were mentioned except one. Which one was it?
Which position on the ball team?
Was not mentioned. Who's on first? Today was the pitcher. Tomorrow's the catcher. Which position was not mentioned in the routine? Who's on first? Tell you in a moment.
Okay.
Think about it.
There's
only 9
active
players on the field at a time.
They don't count the bench warmers.
That's right.
So they're not counted in your 9.
That's exactly right.
All right, well, we'll see.
It is Monday the 13th. Thank you for being with us.
Yes, it is.
And what else?
And don't forget, you can shop the block.
Yeah.
On June the 7th is an event downtown Goldsboro. They say shop and dine downtown, support local small businesses.
Oh, boy.
You know, our community is made up of many small businesses, and we're proud of it. We are asking you to shop at participating businesses and enter to win $100 downtown dollars.
Whoa.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
That is
Free
nice.
$100?
Yeah.
You can even be rewarded on the spot. If you're caught spending money downtown on this date, June 7th, you might be rewarded with additional dollars.
On the spot.
On the spot.
On the spot.
So if you're eating downtown or shopping at one of the businesses on June 7th, you have 2 ways to win. Just by already being there, you might win downtown dollars. Or if you register at participating businesses, and you'll see this sign that says Shop the Block.
Shop the Block.
If you are participating, you register, you may win 100 free downtown dollars.
On the spot.
That's right.
Shop the Block.
How nice would that be? If you're just out eating casually at one of our restaurants downtown and somebody walks in and says, look, you've been caught on the spot.
On the spot.
You just won $100 for being here.
Whoa.
That would be pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, Wayne, I expect to see you doing that June 7th. Mark your calendar. Let's see if you can be the winner.
I'll have to try and remember that. I don't have my calendar with me.
You don't?
No.
Okay, well.
I can write it on my hand, but then I wash my hands, you know.
I'll remind you later.
Okay, on the spot.
That's right. Shop the Block.
Shop the Block.
June 7th.
On the spot.
You're a mess.
I'm a mess. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you are.
May 20th through the 24th is Small Business Week. Lots of stuff going on today. That's a week away, isn't it? That's next week.
It's coming up next week.
Today's the 13th, a week from today. That evening, that morning, Jeremy Caton will be speaking. That evening, Pat Collette will be speaking. And then Tuesday, Ed Spence will be presenting the program Business Killers, Avoiding 6 Mistakes That Can Kill Your Business.
These are all about small businesses. Small Business Week, May 20th through 24th.
That's right.
And we want you to have the opportunity to participate. It's a collaborative effort between the Chamber of Commerce here in Wayne County and Wayne Community College's Small Business Center.
That's right.
Small Business Week, they're offering these seminars to help you improve your business. And then the end of the week, they wrap it up by awarding Best Small Business of the Year.
Oh, boy.
That's exactly
Who
right.
will it be?
That's right. Nominations, I believe, go through May 17th. So
Really?
That's right. So
Well,
if
that's
you
just a couple
have
of
a small
days.
business or you know of a small business that has given back to the community, they're involved in the community, they're eligible. If they're a small business, and there's different categories, all this information can be found at the Chamber's website. But there's different categories, Wayne, depending on the amount of
the number
employees
of
you have.
employees, yeah. Number of employees you have. So go to the Wayne County Chamber site at waynecountychamber.com and read all the details and then submit a name and nominate
That's right.
someone.
Nominate
okay?
someone.
There
And
you
at
go.
Lane Tree, the end of the week on Friday, they will have a big award ceremony.
That's right. And every day of the week there's something going on somewhere that has to do with Small Business Week in Wayne County.
That's right. Support your local businesses.
waynecountychamber.com. All right.
Right.
All right, let's look over today's trivia question answer.
Yeah, can't wait to hear.
Not Laurel and Hardy. Abbott and Costello had a routine called Who's on First, and it mentions every position on a baseball field except one. Which position was it?
Right
It turns
field.
out it was right field.
No! 2 in 1 day. Now, what you got to say to somebody about getting both of them right, Mr. Alley?
Well, I have nothing, absolutely nothing to say.
Other than congratulations, maybe?
Other than congratulations, maybe.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, it's very good, though. That was pretty sharp, though.
Well, that once again,
How did
just
you have
a
to
guess.
come up with the right field?
I don't know. I just guessed. These things just happen.
I'm always out in left field myself. You know,
Are you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I'm in right.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
There you go.
There you go. Did you ever play ball?
No, but my children did, both
Didn't
of them. Both of them played
Okay.
and loved it. From, like T-ball when they're 3 and 4 all the way up.
Wow,
They played and
okay.
loved every minute of it. So I was at a lot of T-ball games, baseball games, hollering on the sidelines.
Oh, run, stop, go, slide.
All
Right.
that stuff.
All
Did it
that
all.
stuff, yeah. All right.
Sure did.
Way to go.
Let's see. Anything else happening that is exciting? No,
I'm
I
sure
don't
there's
think
lots
so.
of stuff. Let's find out who's on tomorrow's program.
Let's do.
Who's on tomorrow's program?
Give me just a minute. There's only one. It is an interview with Health Director at Wayne County. What you call it?
David Madden.
Well, the Health Department.
What you
Yes,
call it?
the Director is David Madden, and he is here talking all about the health
That's
benefits
tomorrow.
and different things happening at the Health Department.
That's right. Tomorrow you will not want to miss this program. It's a special program with
That's right.
David Madden. It's all David, the whole program, and it's a special program regarding legislature in the North Carolina House and Senate that you will be surprised is actually in the House and Senate, and you can make a difference. You'll want to know what's going on.
That's right.
So-
You can take action,
That's exactly right. So
but
don't
you need
miss.
to be informed first, right, Wayne?
You got to be informed first, right, Wayne. So don't miss tomorrow's program. It is an important program, and you'll enjoy it because David's he's pretty much he's a great guy.
Yes, he is.
He's
He's
a
very
hoot.
informed.
Yes, he is, but he's very smart, and he knows what's going on. So catch David Madden tomorrow here on WGTV. We start at 7 o'clock in the morning. We hope you join us then. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.